So first and foremost, everybody, I'd like to welcome you to the NeuroStreet's Prop Stocks and Options program launch. Many of you guys have been anticipating today's event. I know we have, without a doubt. We've been working around the clock, probably about 6 months now, getting this ready, getting this kind of positioned for us to be able to bring this to market. And, we had a stocks and options program a long time ago. We did that on purpose. It was a while back, mainly just to test the platforms and test the exposure and stuff. But we're really, really excited with the direction this is going and the partnerships that we've been able to accomplish in the prop side of this. And we've decided to really scale this with NeuroStreet, and the direction is to helping a lot more traders. While I get this going and while we get into the demonstrations and the presentation, I think the first thing I'd love to do is just kind of understand you guys and who you are and what you trade. So I'm going to launch a poll here right now before we get into anything. And if you guys could just do me a favor and just kind of answer this poll. Are you a stock trader? Are you an options trader? Are you both? What do you predominantly prefer? Really helps me kind of gear the discussions and a lot of boths. The reason I'm asking this is what we've built it's quite impressive in terms of being able to solve both needs from the stocks and options side. We'll get into that here later in a moment. Yeah, prefer options, Aaron. Yeah, a lot of people do, mostly for leverage. But if you have access to prop capital, you wouldn't need it. We'll get into that unless you're really ready to scale capital, but we'll get into that. So we got a lot of people answering here. We got about 56% of you guys have answered. Do me a favor, guys. I really want to get as much participation as possible because it really helps me gauge the direction of this presentation. We've got, about 60% of you have participated in this. I just want to know, are you a stock trader? Are you an options trader? Or are you both? And we'll get see here. We'll give it another maybe 10, 15 seconds here. And looks like the majority of you are trading both. Got a lot of stock traders, options traders. I think it's pretty good mixed. What's nice is that it doesn't matter. This presentation is going to cater to both of you, which is really, really fun for me because we've designed it this way and we've really created the program this way. And what we're doing with our classes and trade rooms and afternoon strategy sessions, et cetera, is going to be able to cater to both stocks and options traders. So you're definitely in for a treat. So I'm going to end this poll, guys, and I'm going to ask you one more poll. Okay, I got one more poll here. I want to basically gauge, and I want to know what type of a trader are you? Are you a day trader or are you a swing trader when it comes to stocks and options, or both? Maybe you're both. Right? This is really important because it's going to definitely matter as to how you approach the market, the strategy. Yeah, and this presentation has nothing to do with futures. So there's nothing to do with futures in this webinar. We won't be talking about it. We won't be looking at it. We won't be discussing it. It's a very small market compared to equities and options. Yeah. We're going to get into this in a moment. So we got about 50% of you said you trade both. We got about 25% you says you're a day trader. 25% says you're a swing trader. And then the other 50% he says both, right? So most of these swing traders are probably doing some in your nest egg accounts, et cetera. Well, that kind of gives me some perspective, right? Great. So let's kick things off. How many of you guys love the futures markets because you're able to trade for prop firms? For those of you futures traders in here, right? You guys get to work for the evals and you get to get access to capital, right? Stocks and options isn't really designed that way. It hasn't really been that way in the industry. There wasn't a lot of opportunities for that, mainly due to regulation, mainly due to just the market's different. Futures is futures and stocks and options is stocks and options, right? Well, what we've been able to do is not only build a program with fully functioning day trading rooms and afternoon stocks and options, day and swing classes, but we've actually partnered with an equity and options prop firm that is a real prop firm that will be able to provide you access to capital should you choose to want to go that direction once you learn how to trade. I don't think anybody should learn how to trade for a prop firm until they're actually good at trading, right? Because there's no point. But the goal here is that we're going to teach you how to actually trade really, really well in the stock market industry and options industry so that you can basically prepare yourselves for that opportunity. Whether you want to trade your own accounts or you want to trade for a stocks and options prop firm, we're going to be able to provide that for you as well. Okay. Now, before we go into this, I do need to cover a disclaimer because we are going to be going over trades and we're going to be going over, some of the activity that we've been doing to prep for this, and some of the opportunities that both myself and Ethan and other traders were trading in our prep room and stuff like this. But we're not here to give you any advice, guys. If you're trading, is it a business of risk, right? We know this. Everybody understands that, and I want to make sure that you guys are aware of it and accept it. So give me a yes in the chat box that you're aware of the risks, you understand it, and we can move forward like professionals. That way we can carry on. Okay. So I'm going to kind of quickly go through this. I want to get into the charts, but I think it's really important because we do a very similar presentation on the future side because it's really, the only difference is the asset class that we're trading, but the concept is the same, right? If you're somebody that is a stocks and options trader, you're looking for better performance, you need somebody to help you understand how to trade better, you need someone to teach you how to trade your strategies. Maybe you don't have any experience in the stock market or the options market, or you do, but it's not where you want to be and you're looking to kind of up your game, right? This webinar is going to be definitely for you because I've been in the equities and options space much longer than futures. Many of you know me as a futures trader and a developer in the futures space. Yes, heavily, but I was always an equities and options trader first. And somebody's got their mic on, so please mute it. When we talk about skill sets, you want to be surrounding yourself around people that can actually teach you how to do something better than you're doing it yourself. The problem is that a lot of people are not teachable. So if you're in this event and you've been kind of bitten by the bug, I don't know if you've had some losing streaks or maybe your trading hasn't really turned a new leaf, or you're blowing out some accounts, or you're looking to blame somebody. There's really no place for that in here because I don't care who you are and where you've been. If you're in that mindset or emotional baggage that's attached to you, it's really next to impossible to teach you anything. And that's me too. If I have a bad attitude on life, or if I'm not teachable, or I'm not willing to learn things or let go of the past, it'll be very difficult for me to advance as an individual. Would you guys all agree that in order to become better at something, you need to let go of all the stuff that's not working and really pay more attention to what is, or be around people that are able to show it to you, as long as you're in the frame of mind to receive it, right? You have to be in that frame of mind to receive it, or it could be the best thing in the world, but you're still not going to hear it. Right? Does that make sense? How many of you guys would agree with this? A couple of you guys saying yes, Kent saying yes, Stephen, Peter. Right. So I'm not here to point any fingers. Trading is a big boy business, right? If you're interested in making a lot of money or you want to become good at something, I can show you some really successful tactics that are working for us for stocks and options. But I just want to make sure that if you've got some negative history, shake it off, right? Because it's not going to help you here. Now, what qualifies me to be here? I don't care if you think I'm the best trader or the worst trader, but I am very successful in this industry, not from just a trading perspective, but from a development perspective, an educational perspective. I've built and scaled multiple brands in this industry, right? And I've worked with thousands of traders, right? Thousands and thousands of traders. I've taught all the educators that have come through our network. They've all been students of mine first. I've also been a major architect in development of algos, indicators, system integrations, etc. So what I bring to the table is I don't look at the markets most of the time from a trader's perspective. I actually look at it from a quant perspective. I look at it from a development perspective. And the reason is I'm more along the lines of a pattern guy. I'm a pattern. I can see things 5 steps before most, which allows me to be able to create strategies and educate and build frameworks and be able to do things. And that's just, I believe it's my gift, right? Everybody's got a gift, right? Maybe you're a ballet dancer, maybe you're a singer, whatever you do, right? Everybody's got their wheelhouse. But what my gift allows me to do is it allows me to help all of you become really, really good at this, right? And for those of you that are in here, give me a yes if you felt that I or anyone of my team has been successful in helping you at least once in your career in some way or form, right? If we've done our job or we've done a good job at that, if you've loved our products and services or you like our brands, we're here to give you that feedback and ultimately help you, okay? Now, I have an open door policy. and so does my team. If you ever have any questions, you need assistance, or you want to talk to us personally, pick up the phone or send us an email. We'll get on a Zoom, right? It's that simple, right? We don't hide behind websites. We're not here to try to sell you the sizzle. Like literally, we just want to make sure that you get to where you want to be, right? So a little about me. Jim is my head of education. He normally does these presentations, okay? And most of the time you're going to be speaking with him, but him and our team will be working with you if you have any questions on this. And, you know, Jim's definitely no stranger to this space. You're probably used to hearing him do a lot of the presentations with NeuroStreet and ARC. So moving forward after today, you're most likely going to hear from Jim and our team. But let's get into it. How many of you guys want $500 a day minimum? That's the question. Like, what is your minimum goal as a trader? Like, tell me what your guys' goal is. I guess maybe that's my let's kind of rephrase this. What is your daily goal as a trader? Can anybody here, never mind trade copiers, never mind all of that stuff. Like, what is your daily goal? Is it 500, 1,000? Right? Ben says everybody wants 500 to 1,000. It's a pretty safe goal, right? 500 to 1,000. Like if you could put together a $500 income stream every single day, that's pretty solid. Okay. Okay. It's pretty solid. 750, right? 500 is the magic number, Gordon says. Okay. If I could do 500 starting out and then scaling it, right? Okay. Canal says, I'm not sure about monetary goals. Well, here's what I want you to do. I want you to imagine this, okay? If you were not limited by strategy, meaning if I showed you something that is completely cutting edge but different than anything you've ever done, and I can basically put you in touch with A, the ability to trade your own capital if you have it, B, put you in touch with a prop firm to trade their capital if you don't have it, or C, teach you how to use options and leverage your own capital if you want to. All three of them, if I could teach you how to trade for $500 to $1,000 a day in the stocks and options market, would you be willing to learn how? Give me a yes or a no. Okay. Now, I have one request. For those of you that trade futures, I want you to let those people sit at the little kids table for a second. No offense to all you futures traders in here. I'm not trying to rub you guys the wrong way. I know that's pushing back a little bit, but it's really, really a hindrance on what I'm about to show you today, because it's not even possible what we're doing in the futures market. Like what we're doing in stocks, you cannot even do it in futures or even Forex. Okay, so you're at a huge disadvantage in stocks or in futures and Forex compared to stocks and options, and we're going to get into that. Okay, so that is my goal. That is our team's goal, is so that you can start making between $500 to $1,000 a day, and then you either do it on your account or scale it with a prop firm, and we'll get into the prop firm, etc. later on. I'm going to show you how trading options and equities is different. I think it's really important to know the difference and why it's different, why it's superior, and what's really different about it. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the prop firm that we've aligned ourselves with. It's actually, you know, there's actually two companies that work with the same organization, and they basically are a regulated firm. They have a seat on the exchange in New York, but we'll get into that in a second. So it's a real prop. Yes, there's semi-vals, and yes, there's funding, but there's a real prop, and that's exciting because there's no upside. There's no cap on upside. So as long as you get good, you could really be trading some serious dineros. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to teach you how to do this at a day trading level. And then we're going to talk to you about the swing trading side of it, because there's a day trading component to our program, but there's also a swing trading program as well, which is all inclusive, which is blows me away what we've done here. We could have broken it into two, but we decided to keep it as one. Okay. So we're also going to talk a little bit about maybe what you may have heard about stocks and options versus futures and what they're different and how they're better or worse. We're going to just kind of get rid of all that FUD, and we're going to just get right down into the brass tacks of what needs to happen with regards to you as a day trader or a swing trader in this industry for stocks and options. Okay. We're going to be running trading rooms. Okay. There's going to be a full-time trading room running for stocks on the day trading side. And then we're going to be running afternoon strategy classes for both stocks and options. So you're going to be able to copy the trades of the pros while you learn, meaning I don't mean copy every single trade, and I don't mean copy the same size and just literally mirror them. But what I mean is you'll be able to take the same trades as them in real time, and you'll also be able to plan the same trades as them in the strategy classes, whether it's a day trade or a swing trade, so that you can actually earn what you learn in this, especially if you're new to stocks and options, or if you have experience and you just want to kind of jump on the pigtails of somebody else while you're getting your bearings. By all means, we'll be able to provide you with that guidance. And we're going to give you all of our strategies, because I spent an entire year working with 2 major scanning platforms, okay, in building out all of the custom scanners for stocks and options that you don't even have in futures or forex. So there's not even point that you can't even talk about it. Okay. So I just want to talk to you a little bit about what this layout looks like. We're going to get into a few things. So over the past couple weeks, myself, Ethan, Michael, Jim, we've been meeting every morning to trade the stock market on purpose. Like, we've been running a little private room on purpose because we weren't going to bring this to market. We weren't going to launch the program until we were trading it for a significant amount of time and being able to make sure that everything was dialed in so that everybody could really understand it, right? And what's really unique about what we're doing in stocks is that if you're a futures trader or a forex trader, you have to get really good at technical trading. How many of you guys would agree that a lot of your futures trading or your forex trading or anything you've looked at has a real big technical component? You know, your momentum analysis, zone analysis. It's very technical. Okay. And that's actually what makes trading futures and forex so difficult, because it's purely technical. Okay. Now just think for a second. One of the things, it's actually harder. Yeah, most claim it's easier. It's actually more difficult. Futures and forex is more difficult than the stock market, which we'll get into it in a second. But how many of you guys love those days when the market's just ripping? Like, you get these really big movements, tons of volatility, lots of action. Like, you get 4 or 5 trades, bang, bang, bang. I mean, even if you've been in our futures rooms before, you'll actually, those are those days where everybody's posting trades like, yeah, I got the movement, I get the follow through. It's, you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Like, major movement. Okay. Now, trending days, right? Everybody can trade trends. Like, if every single day you were trading the futures markets and it was just strong trending all the time, like, you literally just knew you got up every day and the same thing happened every single day, what would that do for the way you approach the market? Like, what would that do if every day you got up and you knew that the S&P was going to go up 20 points to the upside every single day? How would you approach that? You would probably be trading along the market every single day, for one. You would probably implement trend trading strategies, for one. And most importantly, you wouldn't be trying to figure out and make excuses because, oh, the market's not giving you any movement. Like, how many times does everybody make an excuse? Well, it's just a choppy day, or it's just oscillating. Well, welcome to futures and forex. What you're seeing here is a 5-minute and a 1-minute chart. What we do in stocks is we take the technical side of futures and forex, because it's got a very big component to the entry strategies that we trade. But we use fundamentals every single day to find all of the moving stocks in the market that are always trading strong trends to the upside. So you're never at a disadvantage of opportunity. You're only ever trading strong trends to the upside because fundamentals are driving those stocks. And all you're doing is trading technical entries super simply. Literally, we only trade along the market on purpose. Now, yeah, exactly, Kent. Now we're going to get into the scanners. We're going to get into all this. We're going to talk about all this. There's a lot here to kind of digest, but let me just kind of paint that picture. What if I told you that every day, like literally Monday to Friday, you're just going to be trading long uptrends in strong trending markets every single day? How would you approach running your business? Give me a feedback. How would you approach it? You tell me. Here's another example. These trades we took this week, last week, right? These are just sample trades. We did it on purpose. We did it on purpose. We want to take these trades to show exact cues. These are trades that we took earlier this week, last week, etc., right? And the reason is that we're not using indicators. Like, we're not using any indicators. We're going to teach you how to draw the pattern. We have an EMA and a VWAP. That's it. Most of our decisions are made on the 5-minute chart. I would say 90% of our decisions are made on the 5-minute chart. I'll show you my workspace today. We'll get into it. And you can trade it on any platform. You do not need to be using Ninja. You can use any single platform in the industry that has a 5-minute chart. Okay. The difference is if you are going to be trading for the prop firm, they do have their execution platform that's tied into their back end, which I'll show you today. But it's super simple because you just trade on a 5-minute chart. Now, we've built all the scanners, so we'll let all of our scanners find everything. So you don't have to do anything. Literally just load the pre-built resources and then just come into the room and watch how we're going to scan every day. We're going to show you today's trades. We're going to show you today's movement. We're going to show you everything over the last week. Okay. So one thing that we also do, and this is something that cannot be done in futures and Forex, is we use sector analysis. Now, there's 8,000 stocks, okay, in the world. There's 8,000. So if I've got 8,000 stocks, there's 11 sectors that make up the stock market. So when you see the S&P moving up or down, it's because these 11 sectors are moving up or down. The S&P tracks those 11 sectors. So inside of those markets, okay, you're going to have markets that are strong and you're going to have markets that are weak. And we're able to nail down into that data where I can literally go down into the stocks inside of those sectors, okay, so that I can go out of those 8,000 stocks, I can find the strongest sector and maybe the 3 strongest stocks in the world out of 8,000 stocks. And we're just going to trade it to the moon. So let me give you an example. Let me pull up an example of one of our layouts today. Okay. We're going to go into sector analysis for a second. We'll get into the day trading side in a moment. We'll spend a lot more time on the day trading side today. We'll get into this. Just gonna move this up here a little bit so we can see this, okay? So if I've got sector indexes, okay, today, they're a pretty strong market. But I can tell you right now that technology and financial services are the 2 strongest markets, sectors of the market. So by a landslide, in fact, by almost 2 times. Everything else was half of that. So what we do is we say, okay, I'm going to click on technology and financial sectors. All this is linked. So we built all this so that you never even have to do anything. You literally just come in, load it. I'm just going to click on it. Let's click on technology. And I don't normally go to the sub index, but what I will do is I will come in here and I'll say inside the tech industry, I can now sort inside of those techs. I've built all the scans so that nobody has to do anything. I'm going to look for stocks that are trading greater than their 90-day average. Volume has to be 250,000. They got to be above $1. I don't trade penny stocks. So I can tell you right now that if I just move this 5-minute chart over here, just that's straight up. Trading along that market all day long. This traded long all day before lunch. So let me just explain it. Let me just kind of show you the patterns here. I'm going to show you how to trade long the market. We're going to basically go down this list. Just watch it. Okay, this one is pre-market dead out. Not going to look at it. We'll sort by volume too. We can normally sort by volume. Take a look. There's a big one. Here's a big one. Big trend to the upside. This one here, big trend to the upside. Okay. Well, Lisa, I'm going to explain to you that we're going to go back and back test every other day, and it has nothing to do with today, because there's going to be days where the market's even in a downtrend, and we're just going to trade along the strongest sectors. There's always a hedge sector. There's always a hedge sector. Okay. And we're going to get into that and we're going to talk about that because even in down days, there's going to be fundamentals that are override the market. And that's the reason why we run a day trading room to the long side every single day. So let's just go into financial services. We look at volume. Take a look at this. This one tanked. Let's sort by percentage change. Just continue down. Nothing really. Pump to the upside. Down. Pump to the upside. Pump to the upside, then tanked after lunch. This was sideways. Okay. Now, why am I showing you this? Because the whole point is that it's about opportunity. It's about being able to go in and actually find the markets that are moving. Do we care what market we trade as long as we can get the volatility to trade it? Like, does it really matter if you trade the one stock versus the other, or if you trade the S&P versus the NASDAQ, as long as you get movement and you get a lot of follow through and the market hits your targets? Do you guys really care what you trade? I wouldn't. Right? I just want to know that what I'm trading is the exact same thing every day. I'm looking at pattern recognition. I have a high probability of success. Let me explain the difference. The biggest difference, the biggest outlier. I was going to put stocks on the left. Okay. Futures and Forex on the right. Okay. Stocks and options, I should say. What do you think the difference is between them? What do you think the difference between stocks and options and futures and Forex is? And this is a really, okay, even if you get the right or wrong answer, Scott says focus. I'm going to tell you the most important. Fundamentals. You don't have that here every single day. You can have leverage in stocks. You can have leverage in the equities market every single day of the week. You can be trading small caps every day where I get a 50-cent move and it's like the S&P moving 10 points. I'm going to show you that in a moment. You can trade small caps. You can trade options. There's a whole lot. But let me explain this. What if every single day was FOMC, or every single day was GDP, or every single day was non-farm payrolls? Every day would be happy for you because you'd be trading trend markets. Right? So here's the thing. When you have volume plus volatility, you have a very, very, very safe trading condition so that you could literally be trading the right strategies all the time. If every single day you're like, well, today was a trending day, and then you go and try to trade a trend and it didn't give you the follow through, and then the next day was an oscillating day, and like next thing you know, you're like trying to manufacture a good trading day because the market's not giving you that follow through. That doesn't happen in stocks because you're never going to be put in a situation where you don't have the movement. We're going to talk about that today. Okay. So for those of you that are new in here and don't have these already, if you're brand new to our webinars and you've never joined us, or if you have if you're finding this to be informative and such like this, anybody that sticks around, just send us an email. We'll send you these links. We've got some calculators that we'll give you. Just stick around. We've got some money management calculators, some trade planning calculators. Just, we like to give everybody, your attendance is valuable. Appreciate you being here. So just stick around and we'll give you one of these. Okay. So before I go into the actual workspaces and the charts and stuff, we're going to spend a lot of time in that. Okay. How many of you guys right now would love somebody to actually show you how to properly trade stocks and options? Like truly change your dynamics in the stocks and options space, right? Like you might got some experience in futures. You might have some experience in technical analysis. Technical analysis is maybe 20% of everything we do. Okay. Literally technical analysis is only one step out of the 3 that we use. Okay. How many of you guys are struggling right now? Or maybe you don't have $25,000 in your stock account and you don't meet the pattern day trading rule, right? A lot of traders don't have the success in trading because they don't have the money in stocks. We've got you covered there because we're gonna teach you how to trade for a prop firm, and we have a prop firm that will back you. And we'll also teach you how to trade options, so you can trade options on stocks as well. Okay, so if you don't have money, don't worry. You don't need to have money to trade for the strategy we teach you. We can put you in touch with a funding company and they'll back you. First, you do an eval with them. So don't worry if you don't have capital. So you don't have to worry about the PDTJ and all that fun stuff. I just want to make sure that if you're sick and tired of it, we've got you. And don't worry, we're going to help you. Okay. Why do I know this works? Because I was able to take traders that have never done this before, and now they're very good at it. I've also been able to take traders that thought that futures and Forex was the only way to trade, and they're like, wow, I don't even want to touch those other markets ever again. No, I'm not trying to convert you into a stock maxi, right? I don't need you to be a lifer. But if I could tell you a better way to trade with a higher probability of success and a condition analysis perspective where every single day you're going to be trading along the market in strong uptrends, how many of you guys would be open to learning that? I would say yes. Because you can't have that in futures. It doesn't exist. It's not that I don't want to give it to you. Of course I do. If you could do this in futures and Forex, I'd be doing it. Doesn't happen. If we went to Thailand next week, we're on the lake, on the ocean, swimming, and then all of a sudden you get up the next morning and you're like, well, what's the market's going to do? All you need to do is, well, the markets are going to go up. We're going to trade along the market. We're going to trade along strong uptrends because our fundamental scanners are going to show us that. So give me a second, I'll show you this. You are not the problem by yourself, okay? You are not the problem. If you're not receiving all the results that you have not gotten yet, it's because you just don't have the right system yet. I'm just here to tell you that there's a combination. You need to become a good trader. You absolutely need to become a good trader. So you do need to take some responsibility there. But my job and our team's job is to put you in touch of a completely new way of trading or enhance the way that you've maybe been exposed before. I don't know if you are a stocks and options trader or you trade anything that we're going to show you, but you have to have both. Okay. And if you're not succeeding or you haven't been successful, it's not because you're not going to be successful. You just haven't been shown the right information yet. And I'm here to basically break those paradigms. So how many of you guys have a retirement account? Regulated, IRAs, maybe an RSP, TFSA. How many of you guys actually have a nest egg that you're wondering how to trade it? Okay. Well, we've got workspaces and scanners so that you can actually trade your retirement accounts. Okay. So when the market's tanking, bear market strategies, we have bear market strategies for those of you that want to trade in your retirement accounts, meaning we have specific scanners that are going to show you the specific markets so that when the market's tanking, whether you're a day trader or a swing trader and an investor, okay, you'll be able to trade in the retirement accounts because you can't short the market in regulated accounts. So if you try to trade in your IRA and stuff, you need to use different strategies. We have those. We have classes on it. We have lessons on it. We have strategy scans on it. So we have everything built out so that when the market starts tanking, which it always will eventually, someday, somehow, we're going to teach you how to change the way you trade so you can make money in bear markets. And when the market goes back to bull markets, we're going to show you how to trade long in bull markets on the other markets. So just know this, that we've basically thought of everything. So when you want to basically trade your retirement accounts and not just trade for prop firms or trade for your day trading accounts, you need to be thinking about the bigger picture here. How many of you guys would love to learn strategies to grow your big nest egg so that you can capitalize in both bull and bear markets and learn how to do that in both stocks and options? Our options instructor literally trades in a family office $100 million options fund, right? Let me see if he's in here. Jim, you here? Let me see if you're here. Jim.
Oh,
Swing.
I'm here.
Okay. We're going to be able to teach these guys how to leverage the option side of it and use the scanners for this. So Jim is going to be one of the instructors in the afternoon. Jim, you can introduce yourself.
Hey, everybody. My name's Jim Schmelzer. And if you ever hear Sean call Jim Swing, that's me. I do, like he said, work for the family office and do everything across the board, but options is my favorite. So that's my intro there, Sean.
Threw him on the hot seat. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
You got me.
So let me just tell you this, right? you're in good hands when it comes to swing trading and investing, especially if you want to use options as leverage on top of that. We're going to show you how to do that. Okay. But more importantly, you can't do that in all assets. Like you can't sit there and buy long the spiders or buy long sectors when they're tanking and the entire market's rolling over. So we're going to show you how to do that. Okay. So how many of you guys are new to prop trading? How many of you guys don't know what prop trading is? I know some of you do, so bear with me. We're going to get into the demos. We're going to get into the charts. We're going to spend all the rest of the time in the charts. Trust me when I say this. How many of you guys are new to prop trading? Anybody here not know what prop trading is? Okay. Well, the difference with stock prop trading, okay, if you're in the future side of it, you've probably known like the apexes and the top steps and all this, okay? Well, most of them are not real prop. Like most of them don't actually have a big back end prop arm where they actually put real money in your hands and you actually trade it. They keep you in sim on purpose because there's a very, very big chance that most of you will never get through to real prop. In equity prop, it's different. You actually move over to a real prop desk. They'll put you in sim initially, but they will move you over to a real prop desk. So the partner that we work with, we actually have an actual equity prop firm that's actually partnered with us, and we're going to actually work with them. They actually use the platform Sterling. So let me just go in here and show you what this looks like. One of the things that Trade Funder is one of the companies that we work with regards to T3 Global, but their capital backing company in the back end is T3 Global. And this is the execution platform for our stocks and options. It's actually a white label of Sterling Pro. Sterling Trader Pro is the equities platform that Merrill Lynch uses, JP Morgan, the big banks use. So this is a white label web version of it. And all you're doing is, instead of us using, say, the Ninja or the TradeStation or whatever platform you're using for stocks and options, okay, TradingView, if you're going to execute for the prop firm, you'll come in here and you'll see I've got my accounts in here. I've got my stocks and options accounts here. It's literally this. Like, we'll teach you how to use this. We'll teach you how to get up and run anything. So if you are going to trade for the prop, all you do is execute on this or on the desktop version and, you know, leave the rest up to us and running the room, and we'll show you how to do that. But the cool part is that you'll be able to use their white label versions of their execution platform if you want to actually trade for their prop. And we'll get you through all the training and all that stuff. Okay. So a lot of people think that trading stocks is difficult. And I think that's just because most people never really learn how to do it properly, because most people are trying to use indicators and most people are trying to, you know, figure things out, and they just never really taught the right ways, right? They just weren't really taught. A lot of people think you need to have these huge R multiples and all this stuff. It's all relative to your belief systems. Okay, for prop firms, it's different. For trading your own accounts, it's different. Okay, most people go through this roller coaster of learning how to trade and trying to figure things out, and they never get off the hamster wheel. They never get through it. They're literally, they make a good day, they have a bad day. They have a good day, they have a bad day. They make a couple good days and they blow out their account. They're like, shit, I'm sick and tired of this. Anybody here relate with this? Anybody here like been on this hamster wheel? Maybe you're still on it. It's not fun. It's not fun at all. No, we're not going to train you to be turtle traders, John. Okay. Ryan says he's still on it. Okay. Okay. So if I make you a promise here today, if I promise to show you my favorite trading systems and show you that it's very successful and show you that it's very easy to replicate it, and if I show you how to do it, we trade it in front of you and we do it every single day and we give you the scanners and we do everything, would you make a commitment to learn how to do it? Give me a yes. How many of you guys would be willing to give yourself enough time to learn how to do it? Okay, because I know not a lot of time, maybe a week or two, Mark, go through the videos, come into the trade room for a couple of weeks, right? I mean, it's not rocket science. There's no indicators. You don't need to read user manuals. You just need to learn a couple patterns. We're going to show you those patterns. We're going to teach you a pullback trade. We're going to teach you a breakout trade, and then that's it. Let the scanners do the rest, okay? Because the issue here is this emotional roller coaster is amplified in only technical analysis. If you take out that barrier and you add fundamental catalysts every single day, okay, you won't be in this scenario very much. Why do I say that? Because your conditions never change. Your conditions never change. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is we're going to teach you the foundation. So everybody in here is probably like, oh my God, I got to learn all this stuff. Oh my God. No, I'm here to tell you that, like, if this woman can do it here, she built a rocket ship. I can teach you how to build that rocket ship. Okay. I'm here to tell you that if I could rewind all the things I've done personally, and this is a pretty bold statement for me to say this. You guys know me, for those of you that know me on the future side, you know, I've been in futures a lot. We develop a lot of software. Had I learned this way of trading a long time ago, I probably never would have ever got into the other market asset classes, mainly because I didn't know that this type of trading was even possible. Okay. Now, that's not to say that you shouldn't trade futures, Forex, and all the stuff under the sun. But what I'm telling you is that it's actually very simple to do what we're doing once you learn how. And I believe that everybody in here literally could do it. You just need to give yourself a little bit of time. Not a lot, but a little bit of time. Okay. Over the past couple weeks, I brought Ethan. I think Ethan's in here. Ethan, maybe this is a good time to introduce yourself. Ethan's going to be tag team in the trade room with me. He's also going to be taking over and running the trade room once I kind of hand things off for him.
Yeah, I'm here. Everyone, how you doing? Welcome. I'm so excited to be a part of this. I'm so excited to teach you all the strategies, and want to thank everyone at NeuroStreet and Sean especially for getting all this set up, and really excited to launch this.
How long you been trading stocks, Ethan? You and I went to school together a long time ago, yeah?
Yeah, just over 15 years. Yeah.
Small, not too long.
Yeah.
Not too. Yeah. Ethan's got a background for equities and options. Yeah, mostly equities. We'll let Jim Swing do the options, but Ethan's an equities trader predominantly. And so him and I said, let's put together the room. Okay. Michael as well is here. But what we did decide to do was we said, let's start just trading this stuff every single day. Just the two main patterns, right? The two main patterns that we want to trade. And all we did was just trade it. And for the past couple of weeks, and let me tell you this, like, it's the same thing every day. It's not boring because there's a lot of trading opportunities. Like, that's the difference. Like, you're not going to be at a lack of opportunity. I think the biggest thing that you'll have to learn is which ones to just say, wait a second, I'm going to take the other one instead. Even on days like today where the market was moving, it was like there was just so many trades. And that's the difference between futures and Forex versus stocks, is like, you're never not going to have opportunity. So if you're worried about trading and you're worried about, oh my God, I need to make my money today, that's not a problem in stocks. Oh, I need the market to move today so I can get a trade. No, oh, then I'm going to overtrade. That doesn't happen here. Okay. Now, we've built scanners and workspaces for all the major platforms. So what I want to do here is, I'm going to minimize this a little bit. Here's a great example of a layout. This is a layout that I'm going to be running in tomorrow's AMA. Okay. How many of you guys could think that just trading on a 5-minute chart would be fairly simple? Let me just kind of make things super simple. I've got volume. Okay. I got a VWAP and 2 EMAs. How many of you guys would think that that's a clean chart? Anybody here want to argue with that? Pretty clean, yeah? Okay. What about this? If I was coming at you like this and I was coming at you like, would you say that's a clean chart? Not too much noise. 5 minutes, pretty easy to see. Okay. So the cool part is that the chart is this. We'll go down to the 5-minute once in a while to look inside these areas. We'll talk about that in a moment. But 90% of all of our decisions are made on the 5-minute chart from a day trading perspective. We'll get into the option side. We'll get into the other scans in a second. Now, we actually use 2 platforms for scanning. You don't need both. It just depends on which one you gravitate towards. I always have both because I want to basically have the ability to do what I need to do. What you're seeing on the left-hand side over here is called Trade Ideas. Trade Ideas is a cutting-edge scanning platform that basically has all of our scans built into it. And what we've also got is they've released their race scans down here, which basically is a scanner of the scanner. Basically, what this is telling us is that inside of this scanner right now, this stock is really kind of doing more than the others. So that would be one we would go pay attention to. So we've set everything up to tell you how to read this stuff, and we're just going to do it in front of you so that you can see it and make it easier. Okay. What's nice is that every single morning, okay, if I want to go back, okay, and I want to just right click here and I want to go and I want to say, okay, I'm going to go in. Let's go back, use historical date. Give me the date yesterday. So let's go back. Let's pick the date. What was Friday? Maybe Monday. Let's take Monday. Monday. Okay. And let's go back to, I don't know, let's just say 8:30 in the morning. Pre-market. Yeah. Okay. These are the stocks that hit the scanners pre-market that day. We can go back and see those scans. Now I'm going to go in here. I'm going to configure this for a second. I just want to make the scans a little bit less. We'll go into this for a second. I'm going to drop these scans down just a little bit. Okay, so make that a little bit clearer. So what we've done now is this would have been yesterday EUDA. Okay, so this is today. Okay, this is today, which hit the scans again today. But yesterday, let me get into this. Yesterday in the pre-market, this was that stock. Which way did it trade? Which way did it trade? Sideways, up or down? Straight up. Okay. Let's take a look at today. This hit the scan today. It traded straight up. 2 trades hit. We'll talk about the strategies in a moment. But let's take a look at SI. Take a look at SI. Yesterday, take a look at yesterday. Where did the volume come in the pre-market? Which way did that stock trade? Straight up. Pre-market into lunch. I'm 2 hours earlier than my time zone is 2 hours earlier, 3 hours earlier. So that's the morning. Okay. Straight up. Right. All of these are, I'm able to go back and just validate that every single day, we're going to be trading strong trending stocks the upside. I'm going to go to real time for a second. Okay. There's the stocks right now. Okay, we're going to change from the open, sort by leading gapper, AMBI. That's the stock today. That stock traded straight up. Okay. And so tell me this, like, would you want to be shorting something like that? Like, think about this. This stock went today from $5 to 21 bucks. That's like the S&P moving more than it's ever moved before. Like, that's a huge amount of movement. Now, how would we know to do that? Like, we're not just going to say, wake up today and be like, oh, I'm going to trade AMBI. I'm not going to trade AMBI today just because randomly. It's because it hit our scanners for a fundamental reason. All of the things made sense in our scans. So in the morning when it's doing this, okay, and this is the hard right edge, we're going to teach you how to trade the hard right edge as it's happening. Because these stocks move, like, and when I mean move, they move. Like, you don't have to worry about them not doing things. They're going to pump because there's a reason for it. You can't get up and say, oh, I want the S&P to give me a strong trending day because I hope somebody does something on non-farm or CPI. No, that doesn't matter. Like, these are mergers, acquisitions, big earnings reports, things that happen out of 8,000 stocks. And so our scanners are going to find all of them for you. Okay, does everybody understand that? And we'll be able to punch through this. Like, I can hit, we can go through these and we can go through them. We'll be able to go. We'll teach you how to scan. We'll teach you how to do this. Okay, it's very, very simple once you understand the foundation. And I'll be doing it in the morning as well tomorrow. Okay. But on top of these day trading scans that happen, okay, we can also go down and scan the same scans in TC2000, should you want to use the TC2000 platform, okay, or the sector scans, depending on the conditions of the market, right? I've seen many times the market tanking in a bearish day, and then all of a sudden, but we have really strong sectors in, say, one of these other markets. So we could still be trading strong trending markets to the upside. And there's a reason for that. If you're trading your own accounts, you don't necessarily want to be trading stocks that don't have a short inventory with the broker, right? And you definitely don't want to be shorting stocks that are pumping on really, really strong positive news, right? That's an endless battle. Okay. So what we do every single morning in the pre-market is we go through a day trading workspace or a layout. What's cool is that, you know, you can do this on any platform because the scanning platform is the scanning platform. You could use Ninja, you could use Tastyworks, you could use TradeStation, you could use TradingView. Like I have all the layouts built on every single platform. It doesn't matter because we're not using any custom indicators. Okay. Now, the two predominant strategies that we're trading is, how many of you guys know supply and demand? Anybody here know how to play supply and demand setups, patterns, rally-based rallies, drop-based rallies? Anybody here ever learned supply and demand trading before? Give me a yes if you're familiar with the terminology. You can use Thinkorswim, Dan, absolutely. Any platform you want because it's just a 5-minute chart. You're just, and you're adding a VWAP and 2 EMAs. Okay. So there's two types of patterns in demand and supply, but we're only ever trading demand. Okay. Why? Because it's pure price. So there's a rally, base, rally pattern. That's a continuation. And then there's a drop, base, rally. These are called demand zones. Okay. How many of you guys are with me on this? You guys know what demand zones are? We take the technical side of futures and Forex because it's very, very valid. How many of you guys have heard the term order blocks before? You heard an order block before? Okay. So what we do is we take the demand zone patterns and the order block patterns, and we apply it to fundamentally strong stocks, only to the upside. No, we're not buying EMA pullbacks. No, we're not buying VWAP bounce trades. I don't want anybody here saying that we're using indicators. We trade pure price. Why? Price leads everything. Price will happen before an indicator. If you have the indicator that help those decisions, great. We'll get into the strategy. Here's an example. Let's go find EUDA. This was a strategy today. 2 setups happen on this market on the 5-minute chart. This is pre-market. Chiclets. We call that chiclets. Little teeny candles. They're not sitting around. Look at no volume. And then all of a sudden, something happened. That's a pretty significant candle, no? Like, tell me. It went from 285 to 323 in 5 minutes. What is that from a percentage perspective? That's massive. That's 1 million shares traded in 5 minutes. That's the entire volume of the S&P futures contract in one day in 5 minutes. So let me explain who's trading this. It's not the institutions. So if anyone says, oh, the institutions are trading. No, the institutions are not trading small caps. It's the prop shops. Chicago, Europe, New York. It's the prop firms. It's all the prop shops because that's what they do. They train their prop traders to trade stocks in the mornings of the US session. It's the business. It's always been like that. It'll be like that for 100 years. It's never going to change, right? It's never going to change. I don't care what you do. It's been like that since the stock market opened. Prop firms are always doing what prop firms do. Prop firms trade the equities markets because there's always activity. There's always movement. There's always fundamentals. And there's always a way for you to find really good trades. So let me give you an example. This is a great example of an order block. It's the last down bar before the big up move. Okay. And then rally, drop. Right there. Drop base rally, that's a reversal pattern. There's a long opportunity here and a long opportunity down here. And Ethan and I were watching this morning. There's the first trade. Come in, pump out. Okay. Wait for it. Came out again. You would have had 2 entries there. Then this came down. Look at this. Came right down and they flushed all the way down right into the order block. It's the same thing we do in futures. The difference The difference. This market has a fundamental reason today, which makes it very, very appealing to be trading long only. Could you trade short? Sure. I'm just not going to teach it to you. You're not going to see us trading short in the trade rooms. Okay. Let's go on to the next one. Let's go find a different opportunity today. Let's take a look at PXMD. PXMD. You're going to see us trade a few different breakout setups. We'll take a look at AMB as well. Take a look at this. So one of the things that I love to do is breakouts. And breakouts, you need to get good at it. You need to learn it, and it happens quick. Okay. Now, the thing about a breakout is it's a demand pattern that hasn't proven itself yet. So you got a rally base, and then you get a rally breakout. Now, everybody in the world is going to trade the demand zone pullback because it's what everybody can see. They're going to do this. Okay. That's what everybody's learned to do. Okay. What I do and what I teach traders to do for stock breakouts is we have rules in place for this, and we'll teach you the pattern. We'll teach you the rule. It'll be very, very simple. Okay. Pump up, base candle. You put a buy stop order here. Stop goes right below the base. So this would literally be a breakout trade that you would plan right here from the highs of the breakout. That would be your trade. 0.5 target, pump up. Massive trade. And what's cool about this is if you miss the breakout, and this happens all the time, a lot of traders that are new, they're like, okay, I didn't catch the breakout. Guess what you have? You have the ability to trade retests on the pullbacks. Okay. You can trade in here on the pullbacks. You can do all that. Now let's go in here and take a look at AMBI. Okay. AMBI. Okay. This to me is a demand zone. Take a look at this. Big pump up, trading to the uptrend. There's a rally base, rally here. There's a rally base, base, base. This is still a base. This is the rally here. So we'll teach you how to read the patterns, guys. That's our job. Our job is to teach you the pattern. So this would be the actual pattern right here that would have given you the trade. So this is an order block, top of the top two candles here. You could have also taken it from here as well. So I'll draw two zones. Depending on how risk adverse you are. We'll teach you this because there's two ways to draw your zones in here, and we'll teach you that. Okay. You can see here that this gave the lift out of the first order block. This is the down bars here that came into the base. There was the base. There was the lift out. It's nice as you had the EMAs, you had the VWAP helping that trade. We'll get very, very technical. I think once you understand that, like, there's two major things you need to learn. Number one is we're going to teach you the scanners. Number two, we're going to teach you the patterns. The only two things you need to learn how to do is learn the scanners, learn the patterns. After that, I can assure you this, you will never, ever be at a lack of opportunity. Okay. Comes back down, pumps in. There's the second order block, came back in. Now, I wouldn't take the second order block trade. I'll explain why. I never trade against the EMAs on the 5-minute chart. That's like catching a falling knife. Never, 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 never do I trade against the EMAs on the 5-minute. If the EMAs are breaking down, the trend is over. The pump is over. The fundamentals are dead. But I mean, come on, guys. It went from $6 to 20 today. $6 on the open. It went to 22. There was a really great trade here, right? This is just one stock. Like, how many of you guys see, how many stocks you guys see in the scanner right now? What if I told you that that's like trading 20 strong uptrends off the open? Like, that's a lot of opportunity. SGTX. Okay. Here is the breakout trades on the SGTX today. I was watching this. That's why I drew it. When you come in here, you can see there's the rally base. You can see the rally right here. This is a pump. So it came in. There's the rally. There's the base. Put the breakout above the high. It's going to pump for a 0.5 target. These are breakout trades, and we're going to teach you. There's only two patterns you're ever going to need to learn, which is so fun for us because once you learn them, it's like all you do is watch for them. All you do is watch for the break pattern. So there's the break pattern. There's the breakout pump. Okay. Then there's the next one. Take a look here. Right here. There's the rally base. Okay. There's the other breakout. We're going to, it's going to happen every single day. You're going to see these every single day. Why? Because the markets are always going to break to the upside. There's your trade. Boom, boom, boom. Pumped all the way up to the breakout. Both breakouts, pumping. Okay. Gave you those trades for the breakouts. Okay. And then And then take a look at this. I don't know if it hit the order block. I think it did. Yeah, I think it did right here. Yeah. We always front run the order blocks by a tick. That would have given you the fill at 116, and this would have been a really good demand zone retest trade. We love the order block demand zones that have a down bar for before the breakout. We're going to teach you this. Okay. So I don't expect you to understand everything I've just showed you with the patterns right out the gates. But what I do expect you to understand is that every single day it'll be the exact same. So what's really fun about this is tomorrow off the open, okay? Tomorrow off the open, all we're going to do is be trading really, really strong uptrends, okay, into this. Now there's two things here. Couple of people are asking some questions. Okay, so let's kind of, and we'll go into the slides and we'll talk about some other strategies. We've got other strategies. This is just the day trading strategies. Okay, this is just the, if you're looking to trade some really, really strong trending markets every single morning, make your day trading income $500 to $1,000 a day, like you guys all said you want to do. This is what we do. The key here is that now you don't use any indicators. You don't need them, Louise. You could if you wanted to, but you don't need them. Yeah. So let me explain this. So you're either going to trade your own account, okay? And to day trade the stock market, you need 25K, okay? Everybody understand that? That's for the pattern day trading rule. Number two, you can trade your own account. If you have less than 25K, and we're going to use options. And that'll be Jim Swing. He'll be teaching how to do that because they're most likely going to be trading sector ETFs. Most of you guys will be trading sector ETFs or trading the big boy markets, which we'll be doing in the strategy classes in a different class, which is why it's so valuable what we've done, because normally you would sell this. Yeah, we'll get into that, right? The third one is you can trade for our prop firm partner. They have their sim account to practice. Then they have the sim eval that goes to a performance account, sim performance account, just like the Apexes, just like the props, just like Top Step, whatever. But then they have the real prop. So what's cool about this is, let's say you don't have your own money, but you really want to do what we're doing on the day trading side. I can't blame why you wouldn't. It's just a no-brainer. Like, I look at futures now and I just want to shoot myself in the face. I'm not trying to be biased, but it's boring as hell, right? And then I go in here and I want to trade for a prop firm. Okay, I could literally just come in. We'll teach you everything. We've also got exclusive discounts with Trade Funder and T3 Global, which is our capital equity partner. And so if you don't want to trade options, you don't have to. If you do want to trade options, we'll teach it to you, which is great. If you don't have 25K, you can go this route. If you do have 25K, you have the ability to do all of it. So you're not at a disadvantage. So what's nice is there's no limitations here, right? You don't have to be at a disadvantage because you may not have 25 liquid cash sitting in a day trading account. You want to start trading right away. But here's my suggestion. No matter what any of you guys are doing here, you have to start in sim. Like, just give yourself 1 to 2 weeks to watch the training plus live markets. Like, guys, if every single day we get up in the morning and it's like, hey, this is Sean, hey, this is Ethan, we're going to start our day trading room this morning, and guess what? We're looking for this. We're looking for this. It's going to be the same thing every single day. And it gets to the point where, like, you won't need us anymore because it's so repetitive. All you're doing is trading fundamentally strong trading markets in an uptrend, and you're looking for order block and demand zone patterns. Now, on top of this, we'll be scanning for sectors, but we're doing the exact same thing for sectors. So if I want to go into technology today, okay, and I want to take a look at the technology sector, okay, let's take a look at Rubicon, okay. Rubicon, okay, demand zones. There's demand zone patterns in the uptrend. I could take a look at MTC. This had a really strong uptrend. Look at this, MTC. Let's go into this. This was on our gap scanner today as well. Take a look. It's right here, MTC. So let's go in and take a look at it, MTC. There was the trade that Ethan and I were trading this morning. There was 2 wicked trades on this market. There was this trade right here, which was the first demand zone touch, gave you a good trade target. And then this one came down and it tagged the base. Wicked, wicked trades, right? What's nice is this was not just a gap scan trade. This was also hitting our sector scans. So we're going to teach you both. So you're going to be able to learn both of them. Okay. Now, for those of you that love options, we've got option scanners so that you'll be able to pick all of the biggest, most heavily traded markets like Coca-Cola, Microsoft, you know, all of these, Pepsi, MasterCard, and you could trade options on all these, right? You're not going to trade a $370 stock in a small trading account, but you definitely trade options in these. Okay. And we've also got large cap scanners that will basically look for above average volatility on these markets. So like for a large cap stock to move 10% is a fairly major thing, right? For a large cap to move of like 10% is a very big deal, especially if you're using options. So I don't want today to be an options training session because there's a whole lot of different discussions on this. I think predominantly most of the day traders are going to be coming into the day trading room, and then the leverage comes second. But we've also built earnings scanners to be able to teach you how to swing trade and trade the earnings side of things. We have parabolic scanners that basically is going to do this. It's going to scan 8,000 stocks, and it's going to scan whatever markets are hitting the 200 and the 100 markets. So we have 200 parabolics and 100 parabolics, and I can scan them based on any time frame. So right now, it's basically telling me that this is coming down into the daily EMA. But if I wanted to switch this to, like, let's say the hourly scans, I can set this up to say, okay, which markets are hitting the hourly? Nothing. Okay, maybe the 30-minute, nothing. So I can go in and I can set whatever time frames I want to scan the market so that I can trade for really, really strong reversals that are only going to happen once in a while, and it'll hit that. Now, Jim, this is where Jim comes in. Jim Swing, we have systems designed for swing trading. Very, very, very strong systems, and we're going to get into that in a second. Okay, let's go back here and take a look at this. This is a swing trading system that Jim and I mean, Jim, I think you and I logged how many trades on the stock side of it? Not sure how
trades.
A lot of trades. We have a lot of trades on the stock side, right?
Yep.
And let me double check if I think I have a stats on that. I think I have an actual stats. Give me 1 second here. Swing trade stocks. Let's take a look here. Swing service. We ran a service a while back, and we logged all of the swing trades that we basically sent to our users. This system alone. And literally, we ran all of the scans on the system. We tracked over a 75% hit rate on every signal that we sent out to our users. This exact same system is what we've done here, and we're going to be teaching it to you in the afternoon classes. So if you're a swing trader, what's unique about this is that we're going to teach you how to trade it in your stock account, but also on the options accounts. And we're going to teach you how to read our options volatility scanners so that you'll understand when premiums are cheap or not. Now, here's the cool part. The prop firm that we work with allows swing trading, and it also allows options trading. So let me go in here and show you what that looks like. When I log in here, you can use the desktop version or the web version. We'll get into setup and we'll talk about all that on the back end, all that fun stuff. You're going to see here, this is the stock, and there's an options tab. You can trade options directly in the platform. You'll be able to run the options directly out of there, because this is a white label of Sterling Trader Pro, which is a very, very, very well-renowned options and equities platform. Okay, so you can trade stocks and options directly through the prop firm. The difference, okay, is we're going to teach you that instead of you trading just blindly, like, when do I want to take these trades? Do I want to trade these? Yes, you can trade spreads, man. Yeah, you can trade spreads. Yeah, you can short, you can do puts and calls, all that stuff. Yeah. Now, the key here is that if you're an intelligent trader and you want to use leverage, we're going to teach you how to use our scans. Okay. We'll go in, we'll show you an example here. Let's go in, let's just do a quick example for them here, Jim. So right now, I'm going to scan through here, and we're going to basically look at, here's all my bull signals. Here's all my bear signals. Let's just go through here. It's a downtrend, so I'm not really interested. I'm going to find opportunity, and we're just going to basically take a look and see if there's something that everything's been pretty bearish. So maybe we'll look for some shorts instead. So here's a great example. This market, daily, 4 hour, let's find a better one. Let's do this. Here's a long, let's take a look. Let's do this. So what we're going to do, and we're going to scan through here, PCG. Okay, so PCG came down into these longs here. Okay, and when it came down into these longs, I'm just going to put a circle on it because this is what we're going to be teaching you inside of this, right? When it comes down here. So this would have hit our scan. This is an hourly chart, right? This is swing trading layout. At this time, what we'll be teaching you down in here is the signals here. This is where you'd be getting long on the trade. Okay, so what we'd be teaching you is, and this is swing trading layout. Well, you get both. So this would have been a really, really powerful swing trade that would have hit our scans. Okay. The question is, do you want to be trading a $15 stock or do you want to be using the option? Right. This is a very valid question. Like, why trade the stock if you know how to take the option? You could be buying calls in here if the premiums were cheap. Everybody understand me? Who's an options trader in here? Keep it super simple. If premiums are cheap, you want to be a buyer of options. But how do you know that? How do you know if it's cheap? Right? Take a look. We just had another signal here. We're just getting a signal right now, actually, right here. We just had a long signal come in. We just came in off the 4 hour EMAs. Okay, we're in an uptrend on the daily. So what we would be doing in these situations is we'd go over into the options workspace, PCG, take a look at it, PCG. And I'm explaining why this is so valuable. Okay, we're going to take a look at the daily. Take that. This is the 4 hour. I'll show you why this is what Jim is going to be teaching you. And we're going to go into the hourly chart. Okay, the hourly. So let's click on the option chain. We've got scanners here. And what we're going to do is we're going to basically determine, should I be buying the stock at 15 bucks or should I be buying a call option? Right? Because these are questions that any stock or options trader should have. So we'll go in here and let's just take a look, and let's take a look at let's take all expirations. We've got a scanner in here that's going to basically tell us which ones we should be looking at, right, on the deltas. And let's take a look at the June 23 calls. We can go into the April, March, April, May. We can go into May, March, April. Let's take a look at June. So let's take a look at these ones here, the delta, this one here. Right now, this is telling me that at the time of the signal, premiums are cheap. We have custom scanners that will tell you if you should even be using options or not. So many options traders just, I'm just going to buy a call option. I'm going to buy a put. I think it's this. I think it's that. You have no idea of the Greeks, no idea of which delta should be used that is going to give you the best alignment of all of the other Greeks. Like, we have actual strategies that are going to be teaching you that if you're going to be a swing trader, right? The key here is, why would you pay 15 bucks when you could have bought this for $1? 15 times your leverage, it's the same trade. And it tells you that you should have been trading an option instead of the stock. So these are the things that we're going to be teaching you because we've built it all. So what's really cool, it took us a year to build this. Like, literally, I worked with Michael Thompson, who's the head of product over at TC2000. I worked with Steve Gomez, who's the head of product over at Trade Ideas. And what we've done is we've basically built the best of the best that you can possibly ever expect to use as a day trader or a swing trader or as an options trader. Because we've built scans that are going to tell you how long would you hold the options until the risk reward targets were met. We would basically run it as an R multiple trade. Yeah. And Jim will teach you all that. We break it down, and we might even keep a trade log. Jim, I think one of the goals that we had was keep a trade log of all the ongoing options trades and stuff we plan in the rooms with the traders and stuff like that. And we'll post them in the Discord too. Like, we've got a private Discord for stocks. We've got a private Discord for options. And, but like, this is a great example of having all of this in one infrastructure, right? So TC2000 is a platform. Take a look. So we have correlation. Like, all of these are workspaces that we built. Think of these as workspaces. And inside of them, you've got day trade scans, sector scans, large cap scans, earnings scans, parabolic reversal scans, the swing trading cross system that Jim is the master of disaster in, inverse ETFs. This is what you're going to be using for bear market strategies. We only use this when you want to be trading in your retirement accounts and you're in a bear market. Options, very heavily used. We're going to be using this a lot for those of you that are options traders, because what we've built is we built a custom implied volatility scanner. 90% of all of the other platforms that trade options do not tell you if premiums are cheap. They tell you what implied volatility is, but they never tell you whether or not it's cheap comparable to what its average is. TradeStation has one that's pretty decent, but not even close to this. So what's nice about this is you never have to sit there and guess like, oh, should I be using an option or not? Right? These are the things. And what's cool about this is all going to be used in the day trading side of it. We're going to be putting most of our emphasis on trade ideas. You can also use the exact same scanners in TC2000 if you choose to. You can use both. I prefer to have both. We get discounts on both. And you can use any execution platform you want, which means if you want to use Ninja, if you're trading for the prop firm, you can basically just load theirs. And we've built it all. We'll show you how to build it. And it's very simple. Very, very, very simple. Okay. Does everybody understand that? Like, I know it's a little bit a lot. I've thrown a lot at you, but what's really cool is that most people are going to say, here, buy my day trading course. And then they're going to say, okay, and buy my swing trading course. Oh, and then they're going to upsell you and they're going to say, oh, and buy my options trading course. What we decided to do is we put it all into one because it's all equities and options to us. You need to learn stocks before you can learn options. It's a stepping stone. Okay. So this is an example of the scanners we just talked about, right? I jumped the gun on that. Options number one is we're going to teach you leverage. Okay. And we've got a community. So what we do is we have a private program community for just the stocks and options traders so that you can be around us, the instructors, myself, Ethan, Jim, and everybody else, and everybody that wants to trade stocks and options. Plus we'll have a different room, right? Yeah, a good trader needs the right tools. If you do not have the right tools, you can't do what you did. And honestly, like I'm telling you right now, it literally took me a year to build all those layouts. Like it's not just a workspace and Ninja. Like every single layout inside of TC2000 has a custom scan built inside of it. So like if I go into the option side, like we literally had to build Delta scans to be able to scan. Everything is built on custom scans. If we go in here to the earnings, like if we go in here to large caps, these are all using volatility scans. So these are all custom scans that are basically built looking for certain criteria, right? It's not this, hey, here's a layout. These are gap scanners. These are all custom scans that are basically looking at different criteria of our markets. Okay. So same thing here with the trade ideas, right? The trade ideas has the custom scans built into it. Plus we have a race scanner that basically will look at scans inside the scans. Now what's cool is it's easy. You say, yeah, Shad, you got so many scans, you need to scan to figure out the scans. But the cool part is that it's all built for you. So all we're going to do is we're just going to teach you how to read this information. And it's actually pretty colorful, like a rainbow. We just sort up here by our criteria. I just keep it super simple. I sort by volume. I want to make sure I'm trading the most volume opportunities. That's it. Like I just sort by volume. I let this market tell me what I should be looking at any given time when things change. And then I go in here for specific strategies based off what we're looking to trade. Okay. So let me kind of do this. Let's go back in here. So how many of you guys see this as an opportunity over futures, right? Like the way that I look at this, okay, the way that I look at this is the first thing I would be doing if I was in your situation is I'd be learning the day trading scans. Why? To make my daily income. I'm either going to trade my own account or for the prop firm. That's the first thing that 99% of everybody that's going to do everything in here. 2, then I would learn. It is a real opportunity, Michael. Yeah. Learn the swing trading scans, because then I can build a large nest egg account, meaning I can really capitalize on growing a portfolio or whatever, because you're not day trading. It's much easier to make big money on a swing trading account as long as you're not messing around with your money. You just take really good trades, you let it run. Okay. The third one is then you would use leverage. Options day trading. options, swing trading. That is how I would go about going through this opportunity. Is come in, learn the day trading real quickly, fast, be effective, make your daily income, then start learning how to build a swing trading account, and then use leverage and capitalize on options. And all of it can be done in your own accounts, or all of it can be done for the prop firm. Either way. Okay. Does everybody understand that? So when I talk about how to use leverage, right? How to scale small accounts, how to actually make a consistent income day trading, I'm going to just keep re-emphasizing this, that you cannot do this in futures and Forex. It doesn't exist. It's not possible. That'd be like every single day being a GDP report. You would just get up and trade GDP every single day because you knew you're going to get massive movement. You'd be a trend trader all day or a momentum trader. That'd be, you know, that'd be like your gravy train. But you can have that in stocks. Okay. And we're going to teach you how to throttle that. Okay. On top of that, okay, you will have to make a choice. Okay. How many of you guys have done it on your own? Like from a stock trader's perspective, how many of you guys have tried trading stocks on your own? And you know, you've tried to figure things out. Options. It's not easy, Fred says. Yeah. Yeah, it's not easy. It actually is. It really is, Fred. And I don't mean to, you know, burst the bubble. It is when you're learning the right things. It really is. And here's the cool part. I actually started stocks and options before ever moving to futures Forex. However, what I will tell you this is that options traders, I've met so many options traders that never make as much money as they could be. Hey, Jim, like how many times have you and I just said, it's like, if you just stick to just buying calls and puts, you just make so much more money and it's so much easier.
Oh, definitely.
Like you trade $100 million options fund for a family office. Like, you know, a few things about options.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
But here's the thing. 90% of people want to do all these callers and strangles, and they want to do these bull call spreads, these bear call credit spreads, and none of them make any money. None of them make any money because they're trying to figure out how to reinvent Holy Grail. Meanwhile, you just do buying calls and puts, use the right volatility scanners, and just use the leverage at the right time. And you're going to make way more money than you would ever doing all these fancy shit that nobody else really makes any money doing. Right? So we have a team. What's cool is it's the same team that's behind everything else we do, right? We're good at what we do. We've put strategic educators in place for stocks and options. Okay. I'm going to be there here spearheading. I'm going to be doing an AMA tomorrow. Okay. I'm going to be running a room tomorrow. You'll be able to come in and actually see some cool things. It'll be fun. Right. But you're going to have to make a choice. Like if this is where you want to be, like you're going to have to come in, learn the videos. Okay. Learn everything. Would you guys like to see what the inside looks like, the members area looks like, and how it's structured? Would you guys like to see what it's like on the back end of the website for the course and all that? What I want to do is I want to show you this, okay? Okay, so on the main website, okay, you're going to have obviously futures. We got a main big futures program. We're launching the stocks and options. Okay. You can click on stocks and options. It's going to bring you inside. You can go up to join stocks and options. It's going to bring you to this page. Right? It's going to give you a breakdown. It's going to tell you the foundation, right? It's going to give you all that stuff. Okay. It's on application. Okay. When you come into the membership site, okay, you're going to have a main section. It's going to be right here, dead and center, right? Stocks and options mastermind. Okay. You click on this. It's going to bring you here. Okay. This is the path that you're going to be following. Good old yellow on white. Love it. That's the path that you're going to follow. So the goal here is that you're going to join the program. Okay. There's a foundation course. This assumes you know nothing. Like you do not know anything about price charts. And however, there's some really key lessons in supply and demand in here that I really strongly emphasize that you watch. And then all the rest you can kind of skim through if you've really got some strong foundations. You're going to need to set up the platforms. Now, we've built the platforms so that you just install the workspaces that we've built in Trade Ideas or TC2000. Okay. You download the workspaces on Ninja if you want to use Ninja, or if you want to use any other platform. We've got layouts for TradingView. We've got some other stuff for TC2000, Trade Ideas. I think there's a few others like TradeStation. I don't know, but they're all the same. You just 1 5-minute chart, because the layouts for day trading. Okay. So let me just say that the layouts for the day trading is just this. Like you're just using one chart. This is just a watch list. This is just your account tab. So how many of you guys think it'd be pretty easy that doesn't matter which platform you're using, you can set up a 5-minute chart with three things, an EMA, a VWAP, and an EMA. How many of you guys would agree that's super simple? It don't matter what you're using. You could be using Charles Schwab or E-Trade or whatever. I don't care. I mean, it's a 5-minute chart because everything's built here. Everything's built on trade ideas. Everything's built in TC2000. It's just, you don't execute through here unless you connect your broker through these platforms. And TC2000 only clears through interactive brokers. So if you have an interactive brokers account, you could trade directly through TC2000. But these are scanning platforms. I don't use them for trading. And if you're going to trade for the prop firm, you need to execute through their execution platform anyways, which is really simple. Because you just log in and you just trade a 5-minute chart. It's just a 5-minute chart. Like it's the same things. We're using the exact same thing. It was exactly what we were talking about. Like you just double click. And what's cool is they've got a cool double click feature where you can actually click and click on the charts. So their chart trading feature is very simple. It's a click and click function, which I like. Their desktop version is a little different, but I like their web version. Okay. So what's really cool about this is that you just come in and you get to build it. We've built it all for you. Okay. So how many of you guys are excited about this? Like tell me, that is this something that you guys can wrap your head around? Like tomorrow morning, I can promise you this, you're going to see me trading along the market, strong, fundamentally strong stocks. You're not going to see me shorting. You're going to see me using any fancy things, literally just pattern recognition. I'm going to teach you how to read demand so good that you're never going to want to trade anything else. And you'll probably want to trade futures this way. You'll probably want to trade everything this way, mainly because in strong markets, that's all you can do. I'm going to teach you two patterns, two primary patterns right out the gates. Demand patterns. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Jesus. We're going to teach you the demand zone. Plus the breakout. Those are the two go-tos. Those are my two favorite patterns for this. Dan is asking a great question. Is Trade Ideas or TC2000 better? Great question. Well, first, let me say this, that if you're in our program, you'll have discounts that are not available to other programs. We've negotiated specific discounts for both. So if you're one of the mind that, you know, it's like having a toolbox, I want a hammer and I want a drill and I want a screwdriver so that I'm always able to do what I need to do, then I would strongly encourage both. Now, if you're like, well, I don't have the extra $80 or whatever, or $100 or whatever it is to get the platform, it's not a lot. But then if you're, it really depends on if you want to do all the other stuff. If you want to do all of the sectors and the large caps and the options and everything, that you're definitely going to use TC2000. Okay. What's cool about TC2000 is I can take the TC2000 scanners, take a look, I can duplicate it, I can move it, I can float it in a new layout, and I can literally just put it here where my trade idea scans. So I can literally move this right beside whatever execution window that I'm using. So I could use the TC2000 just like I'm using trade ideas, right? I can pull this down so that you can use that, and that's no different, right? So you have the ability to do exactly the same thing you want. And I've built the same scans. I've built the same scans in both TC2000, okay? And I've built in TC2000s for day trading. This is for day trading. So if you're day trading, you can use both. I like trade ideas because it has the race scanners for day trading. But if you're going to trade options and all that, you're going to need TC2000. If you're going to trade sectors, you're going to need TC2000. Personally, I can't trade without both of them. And that's why I was able to negotiate a good discount for both of them. So it's just a preference, really, depending on how fast. If you're not getting into the options right away and you're not doing all that, then you could literally just use trade ideas. Okay. And well, it's really a preference. Trade ideas has halt scanners. So if you're day trading small caps, it's nice to see if the stocks are halting. Another thing that trade ideas does that TC2000 doesn't do is their news is phenomenal. So if I want to click on AMID, I can click on AMID and I can click on what this news is. And I'm not trying to figure out why this stock is pumping. So their news is really, really, really powerful. Okay. and it has a race scanner. So if I go into actually trade, if I'm day trading, this is more important for day trading, not so much swing trading and options, but if I'm day trading, think about this. Like if I'm day trading and I'm watching at this market, I'm looking here. Let's take a look at the volume. And let's take a look here, volume. MNTW. Okay, so this is terrible. So let's take a look at this. If I'm looking at this watch list right now and I'm looking at all these, how do I know what's going on inside of this other than just they've all met my criteria? Okay. They've all met my criteria for the scans, but sometimes it's nice to be able to see, well, out of these stocks, right now, I'm able to take a look at KRBP. This one's starting to lead a race. This one's starting to pick up, and this one's starting to pick up. This is technology that they just came out with at Trade Ideas. I find it cutting edge. I think it's absolutely sophisticated. It's amazing. They're the only platform in the industry that does it. TC2000 does sectors very, very well, does fundamentals very, very well, but they've really, really done something amazing. CDIO. So I could take a look at CDIO. This is leading based off of, okay. Take a look, it's pumping, it's dropping. Doesn't mean we're going to trade it, but it's moving right now. There's a reason this is tracking this. So instead of me trying to be reading all of this all the time, I can use this to tell me which market's moving right now. And you can see REVB was the last market that came that won the race. Every 3 minutes, this is going to run a race. So REVB was the one that won the last one. Look at that. We missed it. We missed the demand zone trade. Look at this. Rally, base, rally. This pump happened. I guarantee that's when that scan hit. And this is a leading indicator, which is why I use Trade Ideas for my day trading, because I have it as a leading tool. If we go back 5 minutes ago, you would have got that hit the race scan right here. This is what makes this so fun. Okay. This is the rev. That would have been the pump that they would have found on the scan. We could have easily come in and said, okay, excellent. There's my demand zone, my rally base rally zone. I take the order block. I front run in front of that by a tick. There's my trade. Came right in and whipped out of there. Now this is afternoon. Like nobody's trading in the afternoon. Like this is like, don't do that. Like even though it worked and it hit profit, like, and it's hitting the scanners, a lot of people get excited. They walk into the casino, they see all the flashing lights, they go ding, 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 the bells, bells, bells. My biggest job as well as the educators is to teach you to just be calm. Like take a look at RBT. Just hit the race. The last 3 minutes, it won the race. RBT. So this is starting to pump inside of here. Nothing really exciting. Crazy. On to the next. Right? So good questions, really good questions. From a day trading perspective, I really like Trade Ideas for the fact that it's got this scan, it's got the news, and it's got the halt. But you're going to see us use both in the room, guys. You're going to see us use both. It's a preference. One is not better. It's really about what you love to use. And we've got discounts and we've built everything for all of them. Hopefully that answers your question, Ben. A lot of day traders use Trade Ideas. Yes, all the prop firms use it. TC2000 too. TC2000 and Trade Ideas are the leading two platforms in the world for this. Like there's nothing better. Nothing even comes close to them. Like it's like here these guys are and here the rest of everything else in the world is. It's like you can't even compare the two. And it takes a lot of time to build all these. So we've really removed all that heavy lifting for you. Okay. So what I want to do, guys, is I want to go into the foundation here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain a few things. Okay. This is what we've designed for you. We're just going to get right into it. There's no back and forth, no funny business. We're just going to get right into this. Okay. The stocks and options full suite scanning package. So you're going to get access to the full suite scanning package. Okay. We've got membership site videos. Let's go in and take a look at this for a second. Let's go and take a look at this. So inside the videos areas, let's go in here. You've got videos for stocks and options. We've got stock programs, options programs, stock strategy course, option strategy course. We were going to split them. It's a big decision because a lot of traders would just want the stock program and a lot of traders just want the options program. And we said almost everyone we talked to trades both. In fact, all of the surveys that we ran in the morning here, 50% or more trade both options and stocks. So what we did was we said, no, let's make the program more affordable, and we'll basically combine 100% of it, all of it together. Does that make sense, guys? So instead of us charging for a stocks and then having to buy and upsell on the options, we felt that it would be much more affordable for everybody to have access to both and then take advantage of the day trading rooms and the swing trading and the options rooms in the afternoon. Okay. You will have a live trading room. We will be running a day trading room for stocks. We'll also have afternoon strategy classes for stocks and options. Okay. We have a prop trading system course, which means our program is designed for prop trading. And what's nice is that we've got the relationships with Trade Funder and also T3, which is ultimately going to be the prop firm that we can work with. Now, we've put together some trader development stuff that's really going to help you build out your business model on that. If you haven't got a trading plan, we'll help you build that. We've got a couple instructors in this program, not just one. Like I know Roy runs the futures side because it's futures, it's a smaller program, but stocks and options, there's a little bit more going on to it. So we've got a couple instructors. You'll be able to bounce off of many of them in the program. You'll be able to leverage the chat rooms, et cetera. And what's really critical here is the options leverage program, because this is, yes, it's just one bullet, but it's a pretty big deal. Like the options leverage program is a pretty big deal, not only with the scanners, but how to use options as a day trader and how to use it as a swing trader is a really, really heavy discussion. And you need to understand stocks before you go into leverage. Now, when you come in, you'll be able to get exclusive discounts on TC2000 trade ideas, as well as the Trade Funder program. We've got discounts for Trade Funder, and we've got the ability to set up the layouts for the web version and the desktop version. Okay. And just know this is that we're not Trade Ideas and we're not TC2000. So like we're simply just a bridge. I pay for them. I have to pay data. Like it's just the industry, right? If it's running your business as a trader, you got to use the tools you use, right? And so one thing you'll get access to though is inside of the Trade Funder side of it and inside of the prop side of it, when you do sign up for the prop firm, they do have data agreements that you will get access to data through here as well, right? So what's nice is that you'll be able to access that and be able to get the data through this as well, right? So it's part of their offering when you join their funding programs. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over right here. It's this 35. Yeah. So we're going to give a 40% discount on the launch. We're only doing this on launch because all of our programs are well over 5K. So the futures program's over 5K. This is a stocks and options program. So we could have split them into two, and we decided not to. And we did that mainly because we want to come out the gate swinging on a big launch with you guys, get as many people into the room and start helping you guys, more affordable, not splitting the programs. You get all of the scanning packages, everything we've built, but you will need to get access to TC2000 and Trade Ideas, depending on which ones you want to use. Okay. And so normally $59.95, 40% off, real simple, 35. Now, some of you in here are in our futures program. How many of you guys are in our futures program? Give me a yes if you're in our futures prop program. Okay. For all of you guys that want to be a part of this, the futures prop program, not just the futures, not just ARC and stuff, but the actual futures prop. Okay. If you're in the futures prop, you would have gotten an email because everybody got a special coupon for the futures prop firm situation we had the webinar with yesterday. So all of you guys, if you want, you can use your coupon towards this as well. Okay. So I'm just letting you guys know that is just good timing for you guys if you want to take that off the top and just put that to work any way you guys want. But you don't have to. You can use it with ARC, crypto, NeuroStreet, whatever you choose to. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you know that, yeah, Fred, you can use that towards this as well. You'll get the 40% off plus the additional 5. Yeah. Yeah. So if you want to speak to a rep and you want to speak to one of our guys, Jim, Ethan, Michael, my team, they're all experienced traders. They all got a wicked handle on this. Okay. You can put an application in, right? There's an application link in the chat box. Or you can go to the website and do that as well. Right. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you right now, like, it's not even about selling the program. Like, if You come in and learn this. I personally don't think you'll ever trade the same. I know that's crazy to say that, like if you've been using indicators, futures, Forex, whatever, but like I personally look at the markets differently as an individual, knowing how to trade this type of strategies, mainly from a day trading perspective. You never need to trade the afternoons. Like it's like there's no need to. Like, there's always movement. So if you're wondering, hey, you know, am I going to get opportunity? Is there going to be trades? Yeah, there's going to be so many trades. You're going to have to learn how to cut them down a bit. Okay. And be more selective. But we'll teach you that. Now I'm going to run a poll just so that I can gauge my team and we can help, because obviously we've got a lot of people in here. If you could do me a favor and just please fill this out, right? No crazy sales pitch. I just want to know where you're at. If this is what you've been looking for, if this is something that you can wrap your head around, if this is where you've been kind of hoping to gravitate towards, then do me a favor and use the link right now. Don't book a call if you're like, this is exactly what I've been looking for. Use the link, get in, get going, because we want to get you set up. We want to get your workspaces and layouts. So Jim, if you want to put that link in here again, if you're the person that's putting, yes, this is exactly what I've been looking for, take this link and use this, jump on board. For those of you that are, and use the coupon and use the 40% off. And then Ashley's giving you an email for all of you futures traders in here. For those of you that have questions, and are there discounts with the prop firm through your connection? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, when you want to go and trade for the prop firm for the stocks and options TD, absolutely. Yeah, we've got discounts for the stocks and options program. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. The only thing with stocks and options is there's no such thing as trade copying. Like it's against the law for stocks and options. Yeah. Nikki, I hear you, brother. I hear you. Ashley, maybe you can just chime in here. How do you use the extra $500 coupon?
Yeah, hi everybody, Ashley here. So we're going to do an email that went out to everybody that allows you to choose how you wanted to use it. If you wanted to use it for software or if you want to use it for this, just fill out that poll and then we'll get in contact based on your decision. And we'll just send you a code that you can use on the same order form.
Yeah, so for all of you futures traders in here that want to use that extra $500 coupon, then what we'll do is you can do that. You'll be able to do that and just check your email. Yeah, it's already been sent, Fred. Yeah, I think we already sent it. Yeah.
And Jim Simmons or myself can assist you if you didn't receive it. But I'll also send a follow-up email after today's event as well.
For everybody in here that is asking, so if you could do me a favor, if you're not sure, like if you're like, you know, this is great, I'm not really sure yet, just put, I have questions, please contact me. Because what we're going to do is we're going to follow up with you to book a call and just go over your questions, right? Like you may not know if this is right for you yet, or if, you know, you've been a futures trader and you've got questions, like do me a favor and just fill out the, I have questions, please contact me, or do me a favor and just fill out the application form. Because what we'll do is we'll be able to go over a personalized scenario for you. You know, not everybody's in the same situation, right? Not everybody's coming from the same perspective. Maybe you've been trading futures and you don't know anything about stocks, or, you know, this is like, hey, I want to be a part of this. Like everybody's kind of a little bit different. Not everybody's in the same category. So just do me a favor. If you're ready, for those of you that said, yes, I'm ready, let's do this. Use the link, right? And just go on and get forward so we can help you get set up. And then ultimately, for those of you that have questions or need assistance, book the call. Yeah. No, we meet pre-market, TD. Yeah, we meet pre-market. There's great trading opportunities in the pre-market. Those stocks are pumping. Those stocks are pumping. I know a lot of traders are shut down before the market opens. You get a couple big pumps in the morning on some big movers. Sometimes the market doesn't move pre-market. You got to wait for the open. Nothing wrong with that. But, you know, we have a lot of movement pre-market. Yeah, it'll be active. Yeah. What are the trading hours for the prop firm? Kent, great question. Well, first of all, it's no different than an Apex or a Top Step. Like their eval programs are all the same, right? But what we'll do is we'll give you the details on that once you're in the back end, because there's two different platforms. There's the web version, and there's the desktop. We're actually going to have them come in and do a private event with us. Okay. Michael Mermo, not sure. Plus 32. I'm not sure what you mean by that. So maybe Ashley can check with that. Yeah. trade ideas. I think there's it's a great question. Actually, I'm not sure. We have to check that. Yeah, this is a one-time purchase, Dan, and then we have a management and administration fee of $297 a year to keep it active. Yeah, yeah.
$295, but yes.
Oh, $295. Yeah, yeah. What is the 32? Yeah, that's his phone number, Michael. Yeah, he'll reach out to you. So the other thing too, if you look at inside the members area, Ashley, or if you just go to the actual breakdown, trade ideas costs. If you pull up their backend, let's take a look at this. Yeah, I need the trade ideas, Ashley.
Yeah, just grabbing it. Just 1 second here. Let's log it in.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is we're going to find the cost of it because there's the supporting discounts and stuff like that. Yeah. So great question, Ben. Yeah, let's get all that. Yeah. So is this our coupon on that?
So that's the link to their backend, and then we have a 15% discount.
Yeah. So we have a 15% discount with them. So here's the thing. Okay. Here's the cool part. It comes with data. So when you look at this is actually, they have a data package built in where TC2000s, it's different. So let me explain this. Trade ideas, it's a monthly fee. You can get an annual license too, and you save a lot more money, but this comes with market data. So you don't have to worry about going and subscribing to different data. Okay. You're going to definitely get this. The other thing is let me take a look at this. So when you go into the market data, I'm under right here. This is what I have. So I basically have the platinum fee, the platinum package. This is what I pay for. Okay. And then I have the market data. I pay for this. I pay for it too, guys. I'm not special. I'm partnered with them, but they can't, you got to pay for data. It is what it is. Data is data. Right. And so I think it works out to be like this plus 15, 10, 10, that's 15, 25, 35, 36, 37, like $37 for data plus the platform. Right. So if you really think about it, like if you look at like, say, let's just round this to simple math, 150 for trade ideas, 150 for TC2000, you pay $300 a month for 2 wicked platforms. We get you the discounts, maybe drop that down to like maybe 250 or whatever it works out to be. And then ultimately it's one trade. Like one trade a month pays for your costs of doing business. Like to me, that's the way I look at it. I don't look at it as, oh my God, I got all these extra costs. I look at it as I have a toolbox that's going to give me a massive edge. And I'm not sitting there trying to figure out how to run my business. Right. And that's just me. I mean, everybody has their own perspective, right? Not trying to be pushy there on that, but it's the way I look at it. Right. I look at it as you need tools to do your job. And we built everything for you. So it's a hell of a lot faster than trying to figure it out for yourself. Okay. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Like I said, we'll post these links. There's the link for the purchase, and then there's the link for the book a call. Just give me a yes if we can start with the 1 monthly platform fee and add the later though, right? Yes, Mark, you can do one at a time. Absolutely. Yeah. And if you're not trading, does funder stocks and options prop open it services also for non-US clients? Great question, Louise. I'd have to check. Yeah, I'd have to check, but that's a great question, Louise. And I don't know yet, but I can find out. If you can send an email, Louise, on that, that'd be a great question. Yeah. Yeah. The AMA tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's at 9 a.m. Eastern tomorrow morning.
Yeah. So 9 a.m. Eastern, we're going to meet pre-market. Normally the room will open at 8:30, but we're going to meet at 9 tomorrow. Just get ready to come in. And there's a registration for that. I'll be spearheading that. And this is exactly what it's going to look like. My charts are going to look like this. Literally, this is what you're seeing. So there's no funny business, no like, oh my God, what's Sean going to be doing tomorrow? No, I'm going to be paying attention to this bad boy here. I'm going to see who's leading the race. I'm going to see is the news driving it. I'm going to use this to scan through, and I'm going to use this to trade. It's that simple. And I'm going to teach you the patterns. Okay. So guys, give me a yes. You found that to be good. You learned something. You liked the presentation. Haven't done this webinar ever like this before. So it's always good to get feedback. You know, it's looking forward to AMA's, yeah, Mark, well, I'm here to tell you that there is no such thing as prime futures hours. When you have scanners that are like, think about this, like if you go from 75 cents to $1.40, that's 150, that's 100% move on the day. That's like, when have you seen futures move 100% in one day? You can't, doesn't exist. It doesn't move like that. So anyways, guys, I'm looking forward to it. Ethan is going to be there fresh and center. Him and I are going to be crushing it in the morning and looking forward to trading with you guys. Take care. Have a great day. Thanks, team, for you guys being here.